Hey everyone, and welcome back to some more Fallout 4 mods for the Xbox One. And with this mod, it's been requested by someone for me to actually look at because they seem to be having problems with it. And I took a look at it and it does look like an interesting mod, so I thought I'd give it a look. And what we're going to be using today is called Bullet Time. So if you're not familiar with that, it's basically slowing down time as you shoot people. And the mod player has replaced it instead of VATS because he didn't like the system, the fact that you have to stand still, so that's the solution. So anyway, to start to find them, you'll find them inside your aid or your aid slot. So it's bullet time, which is how you activate it, and bullet time configuration, which I'll show you now what that is. So what you want to do is you want to hotkey them, one or the other, or you can do both. So once you go into bullet time configuration, you have three options. You can have somewhat slow, which is your 70% of your normal speed, so it's not too slow, it's not too fast. Slow is, or 50% is obviously half speed. Default is, as he's put in brackets, is the same speed as jet makes you go, and VATS, which is very slow, is 4%. So select whichever one of these you want. He has a default at 30%. And I'll show you how each of them work after I go through the list. Configure AP. You can make it cost no AP, 10 AP, he has a default 20, 30 AP or 40. And what I've realised too, which I'll show you now, if you activate it, it doesn't take AP when you first turn on the mod at all, so you can have like almost infinite bullet time. As you can see, my AP is not going down. When I start sprinting here it goes down. So if you feel like cheating a little bit and you want infinite slow time ability, do not change your AP because I have changed it back and then 220 again and it takes down like normal, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So anyway, the final, if you want to have some type of effect, you can have no effect on your screen. You can have an effect like is slowing down in VATS, or you can have the effect like jet. So I will go through each configuration now and I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so we'll start off with the somewhat slow, which is 70%. So when you activate it, this, you can see by the Brotherhood they're still moving fairly fast. And he apparently just destroyed a sandbag, fair enough. But yeah, it's not too fast. If I jump, I hit back the floor at a fairly quick speed. So if you want it ridiculously slow, you can just use it like that. I'll show you the next one. Now the next one is 50% speed. So if I activate that one, you can watch them again. It's a little bit slower. Jumping. Hitting the ground a little bit slower again. But personally I don't like this because I still think it's a little bit too fast, especially for surrounded by enemies. And I'll fight enemies again just to kind of show you what it's like using it in action. So let's go to the slower one. And this is the 30% by default, which is jet. As you see now, there's a lot more difference in it. It's kind of like a spaceman walking, he's so slow. It's like a cinematic cutscene. And jumping, it's nice and slow too. So this is a good speed to use. I think that's why he has a default. Because I've used the VATS one and it is extremely slow, which I'll show now. And with the VATS one now activated, as you see now, it's ridiculously slow. The slowest steps of all time, which I guess would be useful if you're fighting a lot of enemies at once, but for regular kind of use, I'd stick with the 30. But there is something a little extra I found too with the VATS one, which is when you jump, you kind of don't tend to come back down, so you almost float. So if I sprint here and jump, you kind of just keep going, and you're gonna get stuck like that, and you just keep flying, keep flying. You eventually land, but for the most part, you just fly. And if you deactivate it, then you're just gonna drop down again. What I found, if you use it here, like on the top of a hill, and you decide to run and sprint, if you jump, don't know if I have or not, have I? Oh, I did. No, I'm basically just walking in the air up a fairly big height. And with the amount of hills around this map, it'd be useful if you want to use it for things like that. As you see, it just keeps glitching. So if you're trying to cover any gaps, maybe you could use this. You can't go up any higher, just drop down, and once again, you deactivate it, you just fall to the ground. And my AP isn't going down, by the way, because I'm keeping it 20 just to demonstrate. So I'll show you how quick they drop down now. Also, I forgot to mention, by default it's 20 and it doesn't go down, but there's also an option to not use any AP at all, so you don't exactly have to cheat. I just forgot that was actually there. So with 10 AP, if you watch down the AP bar in the right, you'll see it goes down at a fairly okay speed. And I've changed it to 30 just to show you what it's like. So it won't be too bad. Still goes down a little too slow if you're a higher level. So I'm level 35, so I have a lot of AP. So let's go show the next one. So the next AP setting is 20, which you have set by default. So activate it. Now it goes down at a much quicker speed. A little more realistic if you're in a fight, because by the time you can do a lot of damage in those couple of seconds. If you're low level, this will go down a lot faster. So as you get higher level, it'll be more beneficial to you. So it's lasted a couple of seconds there now, and as you see now, while you keep moving, it automatically deactivates itself. It's kind of handy that way. You don't have to turn it off to make your AP go back up. So let's show the next one. And for next AP setting, it's 30 AP, and this one goes down very quickly. So when you're attacking, you're going to want to try and attack as quickly as possible. And they've now ruined it. Oh no, you can see it again. Didn't last too long. Only a few seconds that time. And finally, the last one he has set is 40, which is very quick, which you now see. Now with 40 activated, it's almost half gone already. Goes down very quickly. So if you feel like bullet time is maybe too overpowered, you can pick this setting. Because now, as you see, it's gone. And for the last thing, it is the screen effects, which is automatically set to VATS, I think it is. And there's one or two more options which I'll now show. As you can see here, there's 3 options. There's none, so your game will just look normal when you activate it. There's default VATS, which, as you just saw, with every single thing I showed there was activated at the time. And finally Jet. Personally, I prefer VATS because it makes you show that there is something activated, so you can actually use it. But with Jet, as it is cool, it's also very distracting if you activate it. The screen goes kind of crazy like it does when you use the Jet cam, which can get a bit distracting. As you see, everything is kind of out of focus except them. But if you prefer it, you can always use it. That's about it for this. So I'll fight a couple of enemies with the default settings and see how long it lasts and how useful it can be. So I'll see you in a bit. So finally we'll show out the fighting, and if you've watched any of our videos, as you like to know, I like to use the Brotherhood for their convenience of location and the fact that they can take some damage. So I have everything set to default. I have 20 AP going down, I have the 30% slow, and just the usual default screen effect. So once we aggro him with the minigun, I'll activate it and see how useful it can be. So here we go. Now it's active. And with a gun like this, obviously it can be a lot more powerful. So it can be very useful. Although it's almost gone now. You can see, much more useful than VATS for these kind of situations. Because once again, the mod creator said he made this for the fact that he hates that VATS makes it stand still, and the fact that you just get obliterated by enemies in this kind of situation. So we'll activate it again. And it just tears through enemies when you can see everything that's happening around you. I haven't even taken that much damage, which usually I'd be dead by now when I'm showing mods here. And I must say as well, I have every mod activated and all my skills maxed just for the sake of showing off mods, so you won't be kind of tearing through enemies as easily. Okay, so that about covers it for this mod. As you can see, there was a lot more settings than just regular old bullet time, which I was surprised by myself, how much you can actually customize it. And it does use AP, and the reason, once again, is because it's supposed to replace VATS, but at the same time you still have your VATS, so if you want to use both, you can. Just bear in mind that bullet time also takes down your AP, so just be careful of that. And the person who asked me to make this said he was having problems with this mod. Personally, I didn't. I even tried using it when I was just messing around with other mods activated, and it didn't seem to be a problem. And I've been doing this 3 days after he requested me to, so if they've updated in the meantime, maybe that's the reason why. But for me, it worked fine. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, I appreciate a like. If you'd like to see more mod videos or just videos in general, you can always subscribe. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.